Hi everybody, this is Cameron at CD Exotics and Rescue. Once again, supporting Red Bull always. Gotta love it. Best thing out there. But today we had this sweet bearded dragon brought in today. She's an adult female. She's been soaking in iodine water. It was dropped off at another rescue about an hour away, or a little over an hour I guess they said, and it was a dog rescue. The people stated if you don't take it in, then we're dropping it off in the woods, which heard one too many times and I don't appreciate that. So we're just gonna dry her off real good here. The girl that brought her in, she made the trek all the way over here. I guess she called a bunch of veterinarians and everything and they gave her my number, which we see this a lot. But she said she was in very bad shape and everything, and to an extent she is. But we see this more often than we like to also. But it's a relatively easy thing to treat if it hasn't gone too far. As far as these guys go, what happened with her, she wasn't sure if it was fungal or what. But if you can see right here on her sides how she's discolored, there, and then you can see an old wound right there. These are burn marks. So whether she was too close to the bulb or the bulb was inside the enclosure, I'm not sure how it exactly just got on these two sides. Maybe she was shifted. Maybe the basking rock or surface, whatever she was on, was tilted. I don't know, but all I can say is that we're gonna treat it this way. The easiest way to start is cleanliness. So, being in the medical field forever, the veterinary technician, you always want to keep it as clean as possible. She does have a little bit of pain meds on board, very low dose, but you can see how it bothers her still a little bit, still a little touchy to the surface. I know, it's a little tickly, isn't it, baby? I know. Real quick, I know. You see it bothers her more than it doesn't. And that's with pain meds on board. But inside these little sacks is fluid. And that fluid is what can harden and creates a cast on the animal, and it falls off. And it's basically one big scar tissue. There's one of her spikes there. Her spikes are gonna fall off, and we'll see if they come back or not. It's whatever at this point. It's not for looks. We're just gonna help her feel better. But how we're gonna start is it did rip open a little bit so that can drain. But just today, we will start her on antibiotics also after this, but we're just gonna put some silver sulfadiazine cream on top of her, just like we do with burn victims in humans. Just gonna place that all on her. Nice and glob-like. Now in her treatment container, it's just a plastic tote with no lid on top. We're gonna be using a UVB bulb, just kind of hovering above it. And she's gonna be seated on a heating pad at proper temps. But we're gonna be using paper towel only. That's a good way of, number one, keeping everything clean. And it's simple, very simple. This side's a little worse than that right side. We want to make sure we pack it in the open spots that are really ripped on here. I know, sweetheart. This has a little bit of a numbing effort to it. But after this takes effect for a couple days, we're going to be using a different powder, which I can come back and show you guys in a couple days. But we'll get all this on her, and then we'll get her set up for the evening and let her hang out and relax. And it's day one of her healing. Oh, sweetheart, stop. Don't get this all over. I know. You just want to climb. I'm glad to see she's energetic and everything. That's always a plus, guys. A lot of times we see these Beardies brought in here, mostly Beardies, but a lot of animals in general. They're on death's door, or they're pretty darn close. That's never a promising thing, but we try like heck. Got a little bit on her undersurface here, her lateral there. All right. I just wanted to get that out there. If you guys have any at home and have any access to this stuff, if not, give us a phone call and we can surely help your babies out. We go on donation based once again. But yeah, it's that simple. We start there, and then a couple days later we change up our treatment regimen and we keep her going. Keep them happy and healthy, and hopefully she'll start eating tomorrow. All right, thanks guys. Have a good night.